Welcome back, everyone, for more Minecraft modded. So I finally settled on the Seuss Renewed shaders for two reasons. First reason being, you can see how very overly bright everything is in the distance going through the window. But if I walk outside, it's not like that anymore. So it's replicating very close to how it feels for your eyes to naturally adjust in terms of a dark area to a light area. So I chose to go with it first for that. The second thing was, and unfortunately I can't show it right now, but it finally started raining after I did the last episode showing the 3 mods. And out of the 3, Seuss Renewed had the best looking surface reflections for the ground when it's wet with rain, as opposed to really the Cuda didn't have very good, but the Silders wasn't quite as notable in that regard. And one thing Silders shaders had was raindrops getting on what amounted to basically a visor. So I was seeing distortions from raindrops like on a windshield, and it was really annoying for me that. So I stuck with Seuss Renewed instead. But the good part is the Nether looks really good. I didn't even think to check the Nether on the last episode for how it would render everything, but you see how it looks here. I've actually started to try and put half slabs down to keep them from spawning here, but they're always here every time I come in. I kept getting attacked coming through the portal, so I was hoping this would prevent that, but instead they're just spawning on top of half slabs anyway. And it's not so much that my waypoints are gone, they're still in place. So I know Fortress is somewhere in that direction, but it's not showing visibly in the world. And I was hoping to find a way to turn these off at one point so that it wouldn't show up all the time, because it shows up when you have the heads up display on. But yeah, I'm not able to get them to show anymore with the shader in effect. It's also a nice effect that with the torch held, it's actually lighting things up very nicely. And oh yay, already found my way back. It's actually not that bad to get here. Even not seeing it on the screen, but being able to see it on the map, it wasn't that bad to get here this time. I know finding it originally was a pain, but this time it wasn't such an ordeal to get over here. And there's a blaze. Oh. Yeah, come on down here. Let's party. That's more than I thought there would be up there. All right, come on. Why are you not coming this way? Ah! You're not gonna come to me. I'm gonna shoot you. Ah! They seem to be spawning faster than they did last time. Or maybe it was just last time I had a few of them get way out of the area. Yep, there you go. All right, stop with the spawns for a minute. And you had to jump in, didn't you, and help them out. Not enough that I have blazes after me. Gotta have him jump in and help them. Such a better feel for this area, for the world. I mean, just everything has it's a much better ambiance with the look. It looks so much more sinister with this shader. And just the way everything lays out, just, oh, lake of fire. And you've got, you know, that. I mean, it's just, it looks a lot better with the shader here. And look, that one is not spawning like crazy. Despite the fact that I did the same thing on it. It's got stuff all around, torches all around, but it's not sitting here spawning all over the place. Yeah, this just looks so much better. I would say out of everything I've seen so far with this shader, the nether's like the best part, especially in the fortress, because it gives like just ominous glow in certain areas. It's like, wow, yeah, this is like, it gives that very much ominous feel to it now. These certainly look a lot better. Definitely like the brighter look to them. So standing right here by the portal, if I go, let's see, it's about 80 in that direction, and then like 140, 150 in that direction, I'm back at the fortress in the same spot. So really what I need to do is I need to build up this area a little bit and then make use of all that stone brick I have to build a nice little tunnel that goes in that direction, then goes that way, and then drops down to where I need it to. So I have a quick, easy access to the portal, and I can make use of some mine carts. And I made it! I had to make another trip back just so I could get the right count, but I decided to go with an even -100 for the center of it. And I've got the beginning back at the base, like the portal area started, but at the least I have got my pathway going. And I actually did math it correctly to get the right depth here. So I'm going down by like 2 each time. And that's gonna give me a nice little even slope for my minecart. So this is the look I'm ultimately going for. I'm gonna have it probably go across like this at the top, so I don't have like jumping room, though at the same time I kind of feel like I do want to have jumping room. If I needed to have it for some reason, I might build up one more across, but regardless, this is the way it's going to work, so I can burn through a lot of my stone brick that I have. And I am at -14 right here. And I went all the way to -102, so it's going to have a curve, a turn for that. So it'll keep to this being centered around all the way to -100, and then going that way, another like 100-something blocks. So this is going to use a lot of my stone brick and stone turned into stone brick. So I'm just working here, and you decide to interrupt me by coming down into my little tunnel, huh? There are so many bubbling sounds around me right now that this is going to be really worrisome that I'm about to tap into just some big lava lake. This is why I'm kind of using the mod that allows me to do like a long mine shaft. Just going like one hit and it goes in a very long range. Means I don't have to worry about getting trapped possibly. And look, that's, if there's lava, it's going to flow following that little path there, and I should be okay. Oh, yep, we got, oh, no. Okay, it didn't follow that path. Instead, decided to go and flood my little tunnel area. So much brighter with this shader than without it. Finally, halfway there. I think halfway. I made the point all the way up to the turn where it goes that way. So I'm going to say that's halfway, roughly, you know, or at least the halfway point in terms of I'm turning and going there. And again, I'm sitting here working, and one of them decides to show up right there, just wander around outside of my little base thing. And why are you there? Come on, Mr. Magma Cube thingy. I'm gonna take you out. I need some magma cream. Looks a lot better with the whole, I mean, the theme pack, they're dark. But thanks to the shader, they've got a glow to them, and it makes it look a lot better, honestly. I didn't really care for the darker version because they're harder to find. Oh! Sword didn't want to work, but the just smacking it with the crossbow worked perfectly fine. So perfect opportunity coming out of the portal. I hear rain, so you can see the wet look to it thanks to the shader. It was much more realistic than the Silder's Vibrant, in my opinion, as well as this. You don't see any distortion from water droplets being in your face on a like a glass visor or plastic visor or something like that. But the Silder's Vibrant had that effect to it. So be standing here and you just see that distort in a certain way, and it was just really annoying. But ultimately, I think out of all three I tested last time, this is still the best one in terms of performance, with better looks than even one of the other ones that didn't perform as well. And while we're talking about shaders and why I like this one, if you see, I have the torch in hand, I've got a nice glow, it's a nice balance glow in the distance. I do this, immediately that glow looks brighter, and it goes back to the way your eyes adjust to light and darkness. So we're in a dark area, light seems a lot brighter, but when we're in a bright area, we have a light right in front of our face, like a torch, it darkens a little bit. So another reason why I went with the Zeus renewed shader in the end, rather than the Cilders, and the Kuda was just the lower performance of the three anyway. So, and also the plainest looking one. So that's why I went with this one. All right, I'm gonna have to take a break from this because I have cleared all the way down through here and made it where I can, well, I left what I did earlier for getting up and down and just started clearing the lower section out, so I would have at least a guide for how I wanted it to lower down to at a time to this area, and then it'll continue on and we'll have just the full thing enclosed all the way down to around this point. I'm just going to build a nice little drop off point, have a spot for minecart to come here, probably have it set up so I could do like a storage minecart with it and launch it back up, going up this way. Worst case right now, I don't use minecarts. At least I'll be able to make my way up, jumping to a certain point. There's very little actual climbing in this. I've made everything as straight and level as possible until I had to do a decline. So from there, it's just a straight shot in this direction, a right turn, and then a straight shot all the way to the portal. And I'm actually facing the exact way of the portal, so I can run right into it and be on my way back to my normal base. And that's just a portion of the netherrack that I collected down there, because of course when I'm in the nether single player, nothing runs in here. I am tired. That was a lot of digging. I have broken, I think this is my 4th diamond pickaxe that's been, enchanted diamond pickaxe that I am working on now for that. That was a lot of digging. But now, even without rails, I could just run there. So next time, I'm going to have to do a blaze farm. And it's been a long time since I've done a blaze farm. Very long time in the game. I mean, years since I messed with a blaze farm. So I am going to have to do some research between now and the next episode to figure out what's going to work really well for this. And of course, I've got 2 spots there for blaze farms. So I'm probably just going to go with the closest one once I come out. But all right, so that's going to be it for this episode of Minecraft Modded. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions on shaders, or if you guys suggestions for the nether base, nether blaze farm, something like that. And of course, hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I'll see you in the next video.